Hi guys, I'm Paul Webb from BCB. Tonight I'm joined by Brandon Bethell. Brandon is boxing on Friday night at the Hangar Venue in Wolverhampton. Brandon, great to have you on the show. Another big opportunity for you, a big fight boxing in your hometown.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm buzzing for it now. Sold the tickets again, and yeah, I'm really excited to get going.
And you're fighting Fernando Duran over 6 rounds. Um, Potentially tricky customer. He's been in with some good fighters, boxed Kaz Ashfaq recently. Have you seen much of him, or is it just another opponent to you?
Um, I've seen he's had like 15 wins and like 14 KOs or something, ain't he? So
I wasn't going
it's
to
gonna
mention
be
that, but yeah, he's had a good few wins over the years.
yeah, definitely gonna be a bit of a bomber. So we'll see how it goes, ain't he?
Now, we just want to talk a little bit about your kind of early journey because you are so young into your career. Obviously, you're making your professional debut the back end of last year. Just talk us through a little bit about how you started in boxing. I'm always intrigued as to, there's so many sports available for kids to get into. Talk a little bit about your background and your entry into the sport.
So I started with it really because my dad did it. So my dad was a kickboxer for years and years, and then I sort of got into it through that really, always doing bits with my dad around the house and stuff as a little kid. And he took me kickboxing and things like that. And I kickboxed for years and then I sort of stopped for a bit and then sort of got back into the boxing, training with Pete in Great Worley, started my amateurs off and it's just gone from there really.
And you talk about that kickboxing background. Now, so many people that seem to have switched from the boxing or the kickboxing discipline into boxing. And just talk us through your journey of joining up with Gavin in TMA.
Yeah, it's a bit different for me because I'm not like, cause obviously you got like Katie and JJ and Rachel Maz, and they done kickboxing for years, won like world titles, and then switched. I was sort of didn't kickbox for that long. I sort of kickboxed for a little bit and then went into the boxing. So it wasn't that much of a switching for me. It wasn't like I'd won loads of things and then had to switch. I mainly done boxing really.
And was sport always been a sort of a big part of your life when you were growing up? As I said, I know you're a keen Wolverhampton Wanderers fan, following them home and away. Has it always just been the thing that you felt like you'd get involved in some form or another?
Yeah. So I always played football and stuff, and I boxed as well. And I was always going to the Wolves home and away constantly. And yeah, I just think I was just sort of going to the Wolves boxing, going to the Wolves boxing, and it's all I've ever known.
And when you decided to make that leap to become a professional, it's such a big change, probably from what you were doing before. It's always so different, and fighters take to it in different ways. But one thing that you certainly brought with you for your first fight was a big stoppage, and also a huge amount of following, a huge amount of supporters, which, as you know, is so important in a young career to have those fans come out and back you. And they've certainly done that in the previous fights.
Yeah. A lot of it's to do with where I'm from. Like everyone around here, I think like everyone supports each other really, and it's good. And I'm fighting, and everyone's turning out for me and showing up. And I think people are seeing each other and like friends they haven't seen since school and stuff, and everyone's having a good time. And yeah, it's all fun, ain't it?
Now, you got off to, as I say, an explosive debut, and both yourself and Jamie Edwards on the same night, picking up big knockouts in your debuts. The two fights since then have been against, well, basically two of the most durable, tricky, awkward opponents possible. How have you found that transition to boxing those guys who, they just know how to survive, they know how to not get hurt, and having to really think your way through those rounds?
Yeah, it's definitely different from like coming from the amateurs. It is different, but you've just got to get through it, and it's just learning. That like each minute of each round, it's just learning, ain't it? And the last two was definitely tough, especially the last one. That Velocity was felt like it could have been going all night.
Yeah,
So yeah, they're definitely
just yeah, but these those sort of guys that box most weeks and they're incredible really. And Simas has had I think well over 100 fights now, and he'll just keep going and going. Fights like that though, I suppose it's not just about the fights on the night. It's the training and the preparation in the gym. I know that you're going full time and you have been since you turned over and been able to train in the day and get those sessions in. How has the work been going with Gavin, and what have you really kind of learned about yourself in the last 8, 9 months?
It's been hard. It has really been hard, and I've really put myself through it. But you've got to, ain't you? You only get out what you put in, don't you? So it has been hard, but like I say, I'm in the gym every morning with Gav. Doing my strength, I'm doing my fitness, my running, my swimming, everything. I'm literally putting everything. I've put my whole life into it. So we'll just see how far I can go, ain't it?
And
But
you said,
I've learned a lot.
okay.
Yeah, I've learned a lot, to be honest. My life has just completely changed since turning pro. I sort of turned pro, and that was it then.
And certainly when I've seen you at the fights, I quite like afterwards that it's very difficult to get you out of the ring, to be fair, because you get swarmed by all the people that come and see you. And I think you understand the value of that support, don't you? And why these guys coming out and buying tickets is just so massive. And like I said, you certainly give a lot of your time back as well.
Yeah, unreal. Like it is unreal. Like I speak to so many people, and everyone loves it, and they always come. And like it's hard. Like I thought, when was my last fight? Now, it wasn't that long ago, really, was it? And people are paying the money, and it is expensive for people. Like, and everyone's still showing out and turning up, and I can't thank everyone enough. Like,
Well, let's have another quick look ahead at Friday. Obviously, you're part of a stacked show amongst some really talented prospects as well. You've got a Midlands champion on there, guys that are already at the 9-0, 10-0 level. Is it good to be on a mix with those sorts of guys? Obviously, you've been on with title fights as well, and seeing what some of the other good fighters in the region are doing, and getting a chance to be part of this new exciting crop of boxers coming through.
yeah, definitely. I've been on some good shows, to be honest. Like my first one was River Wilson Bent and Ryan Kelly won it, and then yeah, I've been on some good shows, and it's good being on the shows with them people, and it's watching them as well and picking things up and the way people do things in the changing rooms and little things like that, and it's just learning. Everything's learning, ain't it?
Now, I know you've got some big aspirations as well, and I know you want to be on the big events, the big televised shows. Obviously, we've got a massive show coming up Saturday night with BCB's Tyler Denny, Connor Walker, and Kane Baker also on that show. All three guys that have come through the same way that you've started, obviously on the small hall scene, and again, another bit of inspiration for yourselves to look ahead to.
Yeah. They've got to get me on them. I'm gonna have to speak to Errol. He needs to get me on them. So, but that's where I want to be. I want to be on the big shows. I want to be on the TV and things like that. And I'll be watching Saturday, and it's only in Birmingham, ain't it?
Yeah, the Resorts World
Yeah,
Arena, so just around the corner.
yeah, it'd be perfect for me. That would.
Well, hopefully that will happen in the not too distant future for you. But for the meantime, we've got you on our shows, and we're certainly going to enjoy having you boxing. Just before we let you go, though, I wanted to do a bit of a quick fire answering question session with you, so the guys watching can get to know you a little bit. So don't think too much about your answers, and just fire away as quick as you can. So let's start with a negative first of all. So I've seen lots of videos from the gym. What's your least favorite training session or least favorite exercise that Gav puts you through?
The jump bar,
What's your favorite?
definitely.
What's your favorite part of it?
I like sparring.
What is your go-to post-fight food or post-fight meal?
I usually have like a yogurt or a protein shake or something.
Something healthy then, good. And what's a gym habit that you hate? So that's what somebody else in the gym does. You haven't got to name them, but something that you really don't like.
Um, Katie Ely takes ages putting her wraps on.
Have you got any phobias?
Um, Spiders.
I just comment on that. Who was your favourite boxer growing up? You're only young, so who was your favourite boxer watching when you were joining the sport?
Definitely Ricky Hatton.
How would you describe your boxing style in 3 words?
Um, no, to be honest. um,
You haven't got to be modest here.
Perfect. Perfect, beautiful body shots.
Lovely. 4 words, but it will do. What would you be if you weren't a boxer?
um, Probably putting fire alarms in still.
What's your favourite holiday destination?
Tenerife.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Your favourite TV show?
Um, oh, that's an hard one. That is probably Peaky Blinders.
And would you rather wear a West Brom shirt for a day or do the jump
What?
bar Saturday morning?
Jump bar.
Perfect. Brandon, thanks so much for joining me. Really looking forward to the fight Friday night and wish you the best of luck.
Yeah. See you later, mate. Thanks for having me on.
Cheers, Brandon. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Bye.